Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded at the 2. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
In 18. I got you. Kill. 26. Kill. Turn up.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Complete to Jones. Oh, fighting off the defender. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Rodgers now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got a first down past the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. 22 yards there, a first down. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. Now Garoppolo. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Here we go.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now. 1, Omaha. 11. Hey, Haywood. 15, Mike, 15.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, come on, man.
On first down, Garoppolo. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Hey, orbit. 6-6, pull it high. You don't want that, baby. 21. 11.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives you...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Rodgers now to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And it's 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Come get some. Come on, come get some. He don't want it. Right there. 54. Right there. 50.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Here we go. Black 80! So don't say nothing.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
26.
On play action, Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The 49ers now going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. on 2nd and 7. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Here we go. 180. Six.
Watch twins.
21.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo finds his tight end Ingram.
Here we go.
Garoppolo hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. There's Garoppolo to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Hey, Alpha.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And let's get this.
11. Hey, wahoo!
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Shoves him off at the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Let's go.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
White. 21. 1, Omaha.
Check. Lucky.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Touchdown, 49ers. Robbie Gould lining up for the point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, 300. Hey, team 6. Check.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Incomplete. Akello Witherspoon on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Tighten up.
Hey, 626. Hey, shoot.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Garoppolo now, 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Here we go. 180.
Let's pick it up. It's out.
6. Go ahead.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
21. Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that's complete to Sanders. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage after the catch as that played good for 30 and a first. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
SOS.
2.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here we go. 180. 2.
Let him know. 52.
Hey, Delta.
You're not ready.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Rodgers now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent. And they've got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Packers who have the football but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
Throwing is Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Brings up 4th down.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Jones. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers get a score closer. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even
looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now a first down carry by Jones. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. They'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short. And that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama. You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up. Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for San Francisco, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, wild, I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that with an ass back. That's cash when the money fall. I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go. You don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man when it come back. I'ma give back my bad when the check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? My window.